Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tomb Raider Remastered. We're taking on 40 Fathoms today, and for anyone who's seen this level before, or anyone who has been watching this playthrough through, they'll know that at the start of this level we are underwater with nowhere to go, circled by sharks. Hence why I have the game paused here, because we are going to need to motor as soon as we start to try to survive this. Basically, if you don't know where to go, you're going to have a really bad time, but there's a clue for where to go, and there's a load of debris and barrels and boxes along the seabed that basically, if you follow, you will find the wreck of the ship, which is where we're trying to get to. Once you get to the wreck of the ship, all you're really going to want to do is follow the anchor chain, and where the anchor chain goes to will be your way into the hull. So I'll demonstrate this here momentarily, but do also be aware that there is sharks floating around. They will try to chomp you, but on top of that, there is no pickups anywhere out here. Don't even bother looking, trying to find little stuff. I know it would seem like a perfect place to hide a secret, but there is nothing out here. Nothing out here. So the only thing you need to do at the start of this level is just beeline for the ship, which I think is behind us, which is also really not intuitive. Anyway, we're going to crack on. I do have the harpoon gun. I wouldn't bother trying to fight the sharks. You can't kill them with the harpoon gun, but you're going to lose a lot of life, a lot of time, and a lot of ammo. It's not really worth it. Anyway, let's get going. So we're immediately going to turn around, and you can see barrels, boxes, even a chain for the anchor here. It's probably the best. The actual chain of the anchor is probably the best thing to try to follow. But as you can see in the distance there is sharks abound. If you just keep swimming, they generally won't do so well in catching you. Once you reach the ship's hull, you're going to want to go up to this top left corner where the anchor is, and straight down into the hull of the ship. Once you get into here, you can surface. You'll be fine. The shark will follow you in, believe it or not, but it's good to stop for a quick breath there, because finding the way from here can be a bit challenging. So we're going to go up into here, and then on the very far corner here we have a little section we can cut through. In here we have a switch deviously hidden down the very far end, and again, this you got to be going at pace to make sure you survive all of this. Looking around trying to find stuff is not going to do you very well. This will open a trapdoor in the bottom here, and again, all you're going to want to do is follow it around. Eventually you'll come out in this room with all these floating boxes, and you can finally take a deep breath. No pun intended. So from here, all we're going to do, these blocks, these wooden boxes, they're just kind of floating on the water. We're going to dip into here. I don't know exactly how it does this, but there is a switch here that will get rid of the water. So as you can see, water's all gone. We cannot now re-reach that switch, so we won't be returning to that at any point. But we are going to get our first secret very soon. The easiest way we're basically trying to get to that opening up top. Easiest way to do that is to just take a standing jump from here straight up, and you'll just about grab the edge of this high block. And as you can see, a lot of the wooden boxes have now kind of fallen back to the ground because they've no water to suspend them. Just jump straight up and you'll easily reach this. And this is the point that I'm just going to hit a quick save, because there's a lot of things that could go wrong here. So, before we go too much further, there's the first secret. This is also the critical path. They have not hidden this secret, which should be giving you alarm bells. You may be able to notice, you may have already noticed, that the middle tiles on this room are darker than the rest. That's the trap. If you try to beeline for that, you'll fall through those trapdoors and you will not be able to get back to the secret. Also, be warned that there is a guy in here. He hasn't shown his face yet, but as soon as we drop, he will turn up. So, let's get the ball rolling. Right. So, I think he normally would drop the shotgun if you hadn't picked it up. Now, this is where an annoying set of bugs can happen. And there are enemies below us. They can shoot us through these doors. We're going to try to get the guy with the gun first. Gotcha. And then this guy can take his time coming down. There we go. Right, so once they're both dead, you can try to stay. You can jump over the trapdoors and they'll open. And you can try to shoot these from down there, but it can be a little frustrating and time consuming because there's only some small windows that you can actually shoot them. So once we're down here, we're aiming to get through there. And again, what I think is really cool, I may have mentioned this in a previous episode, the ship's upside down. The floor is the ceiling, and the railings and stuff that would lead places are also on the ceiling, and that's gonna be the case for the next level as well. And I just think that's really cool. To quote The Simpsons, I just think they're neat. So this little section here, there's actually not a lot of combat in this level. What there is a lot of is puzzles and platforming, which I'm perfectly happy with that. So we're now going to go and get our second secret. We're going to hit this switch and there is a timed door. But I will show you exactly where it is. So as soon as we hit that, we're going to jump over these pipes on our way through. And then this last one. And this door right here is what opened. Once we're up here, it'll stay open, but this is what that switch opened. Oh, well, yeah, just opens again. So from here, we're gonna have a little bit of a tricky swim. I think we're okay health-wise. Yeah, we'll survive. We're gonna drop out, follow this around. There's gonna be some fish that'll bite us, and there'll also be a shark out here. But we're going to ignore all of those and just beeline straight for the Jade Dragon over here. It's the only thing out here, so as soon as you get it, get out. That shark will do some mega damage if it can catch you. And we can just hop straight out. You can, if you want to, for the kills, you can turn around and shoot them. It's not particularly necessary. They don't follow you too far. It can be a bit time consuming as well. But that's 2 out of 3 secrets now. We're going to do a little bit of back and forthing here now to clear up the way. I'll show you quickly where we want to be going. So you can start to hear the crackle of flames. There's 4 burners here and a door at the end there. That door at the end is our ultimate target, but we have to do some setup first. So up here, there's a switch. This one is not timed. It's just a switch that opens a door. And that's easy enough to find. We're just going to continue back around to where the burners were and keep going. And that'll bring you around this spot here where the door is open. This one, on the other hand, is timed. This is going to turn off the first 2 burners. I'm going to cancel the little cutscene thing because we need to go. This is timed. The fire will come back on. And the reason it only turns off the first 2 is because there is a switch here that we need to hit. Again, I'm going to turn it off. That switch is actually back where the secret door was, so if we just beeline straight, we're going to get a nice little cutscene here as we run by of the outside, kind of telling us the stuff out there. And that's opened this door here. Now, this is the point, setup is done. This is the point where we're going to save. Because this switch in front of us, it turns off the last two burners. And these are also timed. The first two burners and the last two burners are both timed off two separate switches. So we're going to hit this. We're going to beeline over to the other switch that turns off the first two burners. And then we're going to go straight for that door and hope we can make it before the burners turn back on. It's going to be a bit of a run. There's a lot of obstacles in the way. It's not a great start. Oh, that's really not a great start. We're going to go anyway. It's going to be a bit tight. We just have to hope we don't get caught up on anything. I don't think jumping makes much of a difference, but I like to do it because it makes it a little less monotonous. If we can get around here, and if we can not get caught on the step on the way out, then I think we might be golden. Oh no, I'm not sure if we're going to make it now. I'll still give it a go. We have our save. Might just make it, but it's going to be tight. Whew. Okay, that was a little better than I thought. There they go. Okay, so they've turned on there. Little tight. Little tighter than I liked. Right, then we have this. We're going to trigger that fish. And then we're going to come straight back up and we're going to shoot the fish. Because I don't want to be dealing with you. Because this section is a little tricky. Right, we're going to hit another save here because this is another sequence of tough. Well, I say timed. It's not timed. It's timed in the essence of you'll run out of breath. So I guess it is technically timed. But requires some finesse swimming, which, as anyone who's played any of the Tomb Raider games knows, swimming is not a finesse sport. Anyway, we're going to swim under here and there'll be a trapdoor here. We're going to go straight up and there'll be holes, one hole for each level that we're just going to keep going up through. In here, there is a switch, which I seem to have completely forgotten the location of. Here we go. That might be the death of us, but we're going to give it a go anyway. That door at the bottom will now open, but what it'll also do is it will close the door we came in through, meaning that we can now no longer get air. So we're going to grab this. We are going to return to here because there is in fact a secret right beside us that we do not have the time to get because we are very close to running out of air here. Come on. Made it. Okay. We're going to get our breath back and then we're going to go back down for the secret. And it's so tauntingly devious where it is. As you come in through here, you're obviously you're gonna go for the switch, but the secret is just right here, out in the open, plain as day. You try to get it though, you're probably gonna run out of breath unless you have been absolutely perfect. Grabbing the secret is going to spawn in these fish. They're not really much of a hassle. You can just walk around them. If I can get them, I'll shoot them for good measure. I don't think it's no big deal. There we go. That's the three of them, I think. Okay. Now, motoring on. That is, in fact, all three secrets in very quick succession. Okay, so we want to go to the very left here so that this fall doesn't hurt us. We are, in fact, in the final straight here. And we want to come around and drop down this hole as well. And we'll slide. Right. So now that we're at the very bottom of this, we're gonna go back and forth a couple of times. Ultimately, where we want to be going is that opening that we can't quite reach there. And again, the fact that all the openings and stuff are on the roof, technically because it's the floor, it's just, I just find it a really clever design choice. So first things first, no, don't climb on the block. Grab the block, and we're going to pull it back so that we can reach that wide rectangular opening above us. And straight up. Oops. And up we go. And this is just going to give us access to a switch here. It's going to will cause an almighty racket. And all it's done is it's opened the trapdoors in the, well, what is the ceiling from our perspective, the floor normally, and dumped all of this crap straight back down. Which is going to allow us to access some new points. Oops. So where we want to go, doesn't really matter which order you do these in, you just need to do both. There is a hole here, and there's a hole just over there, and we're going to go through both of them. I also, just for the sake of pointing it out, I don't know if anyone's ever explored a shipwreck before. I've certainly not explored a shipwreck of this size, but I have kind of climbed into wrecked ships on beaches and that sort of thing, like little small things. This kind of rust is nasty. It's pointy. It's disgusting. I don't think anyone in their right minds would choose to be walking on this floor, sliding down slopes in their bare feet like Lara is doing. I think it's absolutely insane. You would tear your feet to shreds. But it's a video game, isn't it? So who cares really? Anyway, with all that said and done, all we're doing is just climbing up to this hole. The route is fairly simple. You're just going to go up the side and then just take a running jump across to here. And once you're done, you can just slide back down. And we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing in this next one. You can always tell where the holes are because there's these two little ladder textures on the walls by it, which is an easy way to spot them. So from here, we're actually going to go left. Because, oh, don't draw your gun, Lara, you don't need that. From here, it's easiest to just jump straight up, rather than faffing about with going any other way. And again, all this is going to lead us to is around to here to a switch. So the last switch filled somewhere with a load of water, and this one is going to open a door in that area with the water. So with that done, we're going to go all the way back down. Oops. And we're gonna make a beeline for here. You can walk through those. They are not in fact solid. And we're gonna line up our jump from here because you can't climb up. The stuff under it is a slope, so you have to make that jump from there. And then we're going to follow this the whole way around. Do be careful after this next turn. It is immediately the water. And this is the room we filled. And this is the room we opened the door in. So first things first, I'm going to drop in. And then I am immediately going to go back up so we can kill this scuba diver. Yes, I see you. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on, man. You're right there. There we go. Highly unnecessary. There we go. Here he's dead. Okay. So with that done, we're going to follow that path that we opened up. It's a fairly small sequence of... but once we need... Oh my god! That was immediate death. I was going to say we need to get out quickly because we're going to get shot at, but I wasn't expecting two literal point-blank shotgun blasts. How far back are we going? Oh no. That's not good. Alright. I guess I'm going through half of this level again because I didn't remember to save. I'll see you back at that part in a second. Okay guys, we are back. I have redone all of the things. We've gotten the secret that we had to get again. And I've hit a save here in case this goes badly again. So hopefully we can just go in, get the job done, get out. And not get blown to pieces. So immediately get out and start blasting. It's actually the other guy I want to be shooting. There we go. Alright, both of them down. So we're going to take their large medipack, his shotgun shells, which are dangerously close to the water, and then over here there is some harpoons. Again, if you hadn't got the harpoon gun by this point, you would get the harpoon gun here. They really want you to have the harpoon gun, despite the fact that I don't think I ever use it. With all that, that is all the pickups, all the secrets. 14 out of 14. There's not a lot of them in this level, but the 3 secrets are a little tricky to get. So that is in fact the entire level. Once we hit this switch and open this door, this is the home straight. This is it, the end. 40 fathoms complete, and actually quite a short level overall. When you know where you're going, what you're doing, figuring out the puzzles is kind of the hardest part, going back and forth through a couple of rooms. And obviously at the very start, knowing where to go makes a big difference. So, after this, we're going to be going on to what is one of my favourite levels, which is the wreck of the Maria Doria. Which again continues this trend of the ceiling being the floor being the ceiling. But we're kind of more on the inside of the recognisable parts of the ship for the next couple of levels. Because this is all just kind of being engine rooms and, you know, kind of the deck, or not the deck, the below deck kind of engineering sections, I suppose. I don't know what you'd actually call them. I'm not very good with boats. Anyway, moving on, we will be back with the wreck of the Maria Doria in the next part. So until then, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again real soon.